Okay, so the way that I always did teach this is saying that you find your vertex and then you add p and you subtract p. So let's try that. If my vertex is at 3, 2, and I know that I'm going to go left to get my focus because it's inside here and it's on my axis of symmetry, which coordinate point is going to be changing if I'm going right and left? My x coordinate. So that means that I'm going to be adding p and subtracting p from that point itself. So I'm going to go 3 plus p, 2, and 3 minus p, 2. Well, no, sorry, just kidding. See, even I made that into a point instead of making it a line. That one's going to be x equals 3 minus p to get my directrix. So let's replace a number there and for p. Here, it's going to be 3 plus negative 1 and 2. So 3 plus negative 1 gets me 2, and so I've got the 2 there. 3 minus negative 1 turns these into addition. I have 3 plus 1, so I've got 4. So that's the way we did that. Let's try it again. All right, so my vertex on this one right here is going to be at negative 1, negative 2. So I'm going to go ahead and plot that. So negative 1 and negative 2 is right here. My x is the squared term, so that means I'm opening up or down. This 14 right here is positive. So the number on the outside of the parentheses is positive. So that means that I'm going to be opening up. Okay, so now I just need to find the axis of symmetry. And that's just going to go straight up and down through that vertex. Okay, see that touches the x. So this touches the x-axis at negative 1. It doesn't touch the y-axis, it touches the x-axis, so this is x equals negative 1. And again, I can verify that by plotting any point on here, and it's always going to have negative 1 for my x coordinate. So now I got to solve for p, so I got 4p equals 14. I'm going to divide by 4 to both sides, that gets me p equals 14 over 4, which reduces to 7 halves. So now here's the part where everybody has their mark on, because it's fractions. So now I'm going to take this 7 halves and I have to add it to my vertex and I have to subtract it from my vertex. So if every coordinate point along here on my x is staying the same on my axis of symmetry, that means that I'm going to be changing my y coordinate. So I'm going to be going up 7 halves and down 7 halves from that vertex. So, for example, for my focus, I've got my vertex, negative 1, negative 2, and I'm going to add p to this coordinate because that's the one that's changing along that axis of symmetry. So I'm going to add 7 halves. Again, I can just take out my calculator, guys. You guys seem to be making this way more difficult than you need to. So we have negative 2 plus 7 over 2. Enter, enter. We have. Okay. I can also just go negative 2 over 1 plus 7 halves. Multiply by 2, multiply by 2. And then that's going to get me negative 4 over 2 plus 7 over 2, which gets me 3 halves. So exactly the same thing. So I'm at negative 1 and 3 halves. This rule, how do I graph 3 halves? Well, 3 halves is 1.5. So that means I'm going up 1.5 from my... Okay, sorry. I made a mistake, so I don't know if I cut myself off in this right here. I did. So my mistake was just simple. All right, so This is telling me that I'm at negative 1 and 3/2, so I'm going to go negative 1 and I'm going to go up to 1.5. So there I am. I'm right there. So now to find my directrix, I have to take the same coordinate point. So that negative 2, since this is an x equals here for the axis of symmetry, the directrix is going to be a y equals. So I'm going to take that negative 2 and I'm going to subtract p. So p is 7/2, so I'm going to do this. And so I'm going to put this over 1, multiply by 2, multiply by 2, negative 4 over 2 minus 7/2. That's going to get me negative 11/2. Negative 11/2 is 5.5. So I'm going to go down to y equals negative 5.5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.5. And I'll make a straight little dotted line as straight as I can. Oh, you can see the mistake I made earlier. All right, so here, what I've got right here, I've got 7/2. So this is right here. If I was to put this in my calculator, 7.5, or 7 divided by 2, I get 3.5. So that's all that's saying is I'm going up 3.5 and down 3.5 from my vertex. The hard part is just identifying what that is right here. So I can verify that I did that correctly by looking at this here. Here is my vertex, and I'm going to go 1, 2, 3.5. Down 1, 2, 3.5. Okay, that's the exact same thing that I'm doing right here. And so this equation right here is y equals negative 11/2. Okay, so let's try one more. I wish I could get the calligraphy pen to work because it's thinner. Okay, so here, if I look at this one, it's just organized a little bit differently. These have the squared on this side, this has a squared on this side, no big deal. My x term is the squared term, so I know I'm going to be going up and down, one of the two. This is positive, so the 3 out front is positive, so that means I'm going up. My vertex is going to be at positive 4, negative 5. So 4, negative 5. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to plot that point. I'm going to go to 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay? And I know, like I said, I'm opening up. My axis of symmetry, straight up and down through that vertex. You know, if I could draw a straight line. So this touches my x-axis, and it touches at 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is going to be x equals 4. Take note, it's the same number I've got right here. Whatever's changing for the focus and directrix is the opposite of whatever my axis of symmetry is, so it's going to be this one. Because I can look right here, every single coordinate point on this is 4 for my x. The y value is the one that is changing. So that is what I'm going to have to worry about changing for my focus and my directrix. Here, I have 4p equals 3. Divide by 4 to both sides. I get p equals 3/4. So I need to take that 3/4 and I need to add it to my vertex to get my focus, and I need to subtract it from my vertex to get my directrix. Again, since this is x equals, this is going to be a y equals. So my focus, it's changing on my y, so I'm going to go like this. Okay, so that gives me 4, negative 5 over 1 plus 3/4. I'm going to multiply by 4, multiply by 4. So I would get 4, negative 20 over 4 plus 3/4. So that's going to get me 4, negative 17 over 4. Again, how do I graph that? Well, I'm going to go, what's negative 17 divided by 4? Negative 4.25. So I'm going to go to 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Negative 4.25. 1, 2, 3, 4.25. So I'm inside that parabola, which is perfectly where I need to be. And my directrix, then now I can go ahead and I can go negative 5 minus 3/4. This negative 5, we already know it's going to simplify to negative 20 over 4 from this one. So I'm going to subtract 3/4. So now I have negative 23, not 33. Negative 23 over 4. Put that in my calculator. Negative 23 divided by 4. That's negative 5.75. So I'm going to go, where does y equal negative 5.75? Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.75. So about right here. And that's below my vertex, and it's horizontal, or I'm sorry, perpendicular to my axis of symmetry. Okay. So that should take care of the first part of parabolas that we did. I'm going to do the other one where we write the equation given the information in the next video.